Alright, what is going on, guys? A little bit of delay in this video, but we're going to be doing what did we learn after UFC 315. Muhammad versus Della Maddalena. I'm going to go over a few things. It's not like a top 5 or a top 3 list. I'm just going to ramble off a few things that I think we learned after the event. I was originally going to make this video yesterday, but they announced all those crazy fights. So I wanted to make that video. I only had time to make one video. Today, I'm wearing the same shit I did in my video that's going to be going over the next day, so tomorrow, because this video is going up on Wednesday, and then Thursday is going to be my predictions video. I'm wearing the same shit. I'm recording it the same day. So we're going to go over what did we learn. We're going to start off with Alexa Grasso. Or no, we're going to start with Benoit Saint-Denis right here. So Benoit Saint-Denis got back in the winning track against someone doesn't belong in the UFC. I understand he took it on very short notice, but it wasn't even competitive. Like, yeah, Kyle threw some shots and was able to hit Benoit Saint-Denis in the second round, but his striking looks atrocious. This win means absolutely nothing for Benoit Saint-Denis. He really needed to go out there and finish him in the first round. I think if him and Joel Alvarez would have fought, I think it would have been bad for Benoit Saint-Denis. I think he would have been brutally finished by Joel Alvarez and potentially cut from the UFC. I don't think he's that old either. I think he's like 28 years old. He's just a little bit older than I am. So like I said in my fights to make after UFC 315, I don't think Benoit Saint-Denis is ready for a step up in competition. I really think he needs to fight someone out of the rankings, defend his position one more time against a true deserving contender, not someone who took it on short notice. If I remember correctly, I picked Nasrat Haqparast because I think he deserves to fight someone in the top 15 lightweight division. He's on like a 5-fight win streak right now. Looking good in all his fights and improved. I think if Benoit Saint-Denis could get a win over someone solid like that, I think then at that point, maybe we could talk about him fighting up the rankings. Because I'm going to be honest with you, he looked pretty sloppy in this fight. He looked kind of slow, sludgy, kind of like stuck in the mud a little bit. And, you know, compared to that first, I think he came into the UFC short notice and that got finished by Elezu Zaleski dos Santos. I can't remember if he got finished or just beat the shit out of for 3 rounds. But then that was at welterweight, so then he moved back down to lightweight where he would normally fight at. When he did that initial run where he was just blowing through people, I mean, he was just blowing through guys left and right, finishing them, submissions, knockouts, looking great. And then he hit the wall of Dustin Poirier. I think he needs to build his confidence back better than just beating this guy. Moving on to Alexa Grasso. So, one thing I think we can confidently say now is that Alexa Grasso's title win over Valentina Shevchenko was a complete fluke. She's borderline not even top 5 flyweight. Let's pull up the rankings real quick. Let's pull up the women's flyweight rankings. And these are updated. So she's currently ranked number 3 in the women's flyweight division. I'm picking, obviously Natalia Silva already beat her. I'd pick Fiora to beat her. I'd probably pick Jasmine Jasudavicius to beat her. I think Blanchfield would beat her pretty clearly. I think the Macy Barber fight would be more competitive. But I still think it's a winnable matchup for Macy Barber. So I think her win over Valentina Shevchenko was a complete fluke. You know, she legitimately earned her title shot. But then obviously in the rematch, she shouldn't have got the decision. And then the fight after that, she got completely dominated. So I think Grasso's probably going to have a slow fall down out of the rankings, being lower and lower. I think she's probably a top 10 flyweight. But as far as being a top 5 flyweight and never fighting for a title again, I don't think anything like that's going to happen for Grasso. Excuse me. Ooh. Moving on. Main event. Main event. Belal Muhammad, Jack Della Maddalena. Couple takeaways from this fight that I've truly believe. I believe, one, Belal Muhammad got his title shot when he was too late in his career. I think he was 36 years old when he got his title fight. Was he 35 or 36? Just the tail end of his prime, where he absolutely dominated Leon Edwards. I think if Belal would have got his title shot 2 or 3 years ago, I could see him beating Usman and defending it a few times, because then he would have fought Leon. He could have beat Leon, would have fought Colby, I'd pick him to beat Colby. Colby's not good either. Well, Bilal is good. Colby's not. But yeah, I think it just took him too long to get in the position to fight for a title, and nobody liked watching him fight because I would say before the Leon and before that Burns fight was okay. Before that, his fights just weren't that exciting. As I was saying, sorry about that. Before that, his fights just weren't that exciting. His last few fights have been exciting though. I will agree. His last few fights have been fun fights. Ever since kind of he got the finish over Sean Brady, I think his style of fighting and what he actually did in the fight and trying to implement damage was better than before that. I also believe that Bilal will never get a title shot again. Won't be in the position to get a title shot again unless it's some short notice type thing. I don't see him putting together a win streak. He's gonna have to put together a 2-3 fight win streak because he's so unliked and unpopular, especially by the UFC, which is kind of not right. They shouldn't be biased in the company. But he's gonna have to put together a 2-3 fight win streak, and there will be nobody else that really deserves to fight for the title for him to get a title shot, no matter who the champion is. Because don't get me wrong, it was a competitive fight with JDM that I thought was a clear 3-2 for JDM. Hi, puppy. So yeah, I don't think he's ever going to sniff a title shot ever again, which is unfortunate. And then looking at JDM, I think we really learned that he is the real deal. JDM is the real deal. Obviously, he's the champion. He won. But before that, the reason I didn't pick JDM was because I saw him getting out-grappled by Gilbert Burns. Who's the guy that was it? Bizel Hafez? Was that who he took on fight on short notice? He was getting out-grappled by him in that fight. So I was like, Bilal's definitely going to go out there and out-grapple him. And maybe the game plan Bilal had wasn't very good, but he didn't go out there and implement what he needed to do to win the fight, and JDM did. And he showed improvements in the grappling. So going into the Islam fight, which has been officially announced now, I will be picking JDM. Unless I change my mind by then. Oh, hello there. I will be picking JDM to beat Islam and probably finish him in the later rounds. If Dustin Poirier is getting you hurt and busted up that bad, imagine what JDM is going to do. But nonetheless, that is what I learned after UFC 315. Let me know in the comment section down below, what did you guys learn after UFC 315? Make sure to subscribe, please. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year. Drop a like on the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.